We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal, one of our great natural resources.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
Then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of the goddamn. I got a Max dog, and he's right here, and I'm petting the dog. Max, why are you so goddamn adorable? Alright, users. Where the users at? Where the users? I don't know what's happening. But if there are any users, the one to say hello. Welcome to the program. This is the Above It All show. I do a show. It's called Above It All. And that's what this is. That's what you're watching. I'd like to give a special shout out to the VOD watchers. Yeah, that's right. I'm turning my attention to the VOD watchers. These motherfuckers are like, I love your show. I'm watching this 4 days later, you know. But for real, I love your show. My life sucks and I want to kill myself. But I love your show and I get a minute and I'm watching it 3 months later. But so hello, VOD watchers. Welcome to the program, as well as everybody else who actually cares enough to show up on time. So, anyway, so we got a program today. Today is Halloween. Got a Halloween day today. Once again, tonight on twitch.tv, I'll be playing Silent Hill 2 all the way through. So, if anyone wants to watch some Silent Hill 2 tomorrow, or today even, it's going to be around 5 o'clock. Why don't we say o'clock? Why not L clock? 5 L clock? What's the difference between an O clock and an L clock? Is it the shape of the clock? Anyway, this puzzle will be solved on tonight's Twitch stream and more. If you would like, I'm still drinking my coffee, so please bear with me. Oh. Alright, Tyler, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Don't you dare speak to me like that. Why would it be L clock? Well, why would it be O clock, motherfucker? As if that makes any more goddamn sense. Goddamn son of a bitch needs to think outside the box for once in their goddamn life. Anyway, this is crazy shit. This is crazy shit. What even is this? Is this a Kentucky? Huh. 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 So let's jump in. Let's jump in. Jack L. Lantern. Fuck yeah. I can speak to you any way I want. Well, let's not let this attitude fester. There is no such thing as an L clock. It's a joke. Anyway, Jesus Christ, these motherfuckers in this chat. Like, I mean, seriously, this chat right now, I mean, hey.
Only the really, I hate to say this, nope. But those with the lowest IQ.
It's not me. It's not me. I didn't say it. Anyway, let me jump in. Y'all, I've got some good news. I know, for this Halloween, I've got some good ass fucking news, and that is the election in Brazil has come back with some good news in regards to the presidential election in Brazil. Lula wins Brazil election in political resurrection for leftist. I mean, that's a weird ass title. Sounds like I just stopped in the middle. But anyway, Brazilian leftist leader Luiz Ignacio Lula da Silva narrowly defeated President Jair Bolsonaro in a runoff election. But the far-right incumbent has not conceded defeat by Monday morning, raising concerns he might contest the result. I mean, the raising concerns, like, again, like I've said, I don't know too much about Brazil. I don't live there. I'm not a scholar by any means. But I would say I know more about Brazil than the average person. And from my understanding of Brazil, you know, we really do, as in America, we export a lot of our bad ideas. And Bolsonaro is very Trumpian. So I've been saying, while talking about this election, that step one is to win the election, but that does not guarantee that Lula becomes president. Once again, last time Lula tried to run for president, they threw him in jail on trumped up charges that took about 2 to 3 years to be fully exonerated for. So again, it's good that he wins. I'm not trying to rain on the parade or anything, but again, fascism in Brazil is as tangible as it is in the United States, if not more. Again, Bolsonaro is quite literally connected to local mafias that have been responsible for political assassinations on city council people, on people related to the Workers' Party, right? So these people are crazy. So tens of thousands of jubilant supporters took the streets of Sao Paulo to celebrate a stunning comeback for the 77-year-old former metal worker who, following his previous two-term 2003 to 2010 presidency, served prison time for corruption convictions that were later annulled. And so here we have the vote tally, 60 mil to 58 mil. Not bad. I love that Bolsonaro is in the Liberal Party. Like, I just, I know we don't really live in a world where words have meanings, but I love that Bolsonaro, who is the fascist candidate, like, he's debatably more fascist than anything we've got in the United States, and he's part of the Liberal Party. I just, it's fun. But yeah, there you go. A lot of people were worried about this. It's always good to be worried, but I'm more worried about what's going to be happening now, because Bolsonaro is not going to leave power willy-nilly. He's going to be like Trump in that he is not going to concede. He's not going to leave power. If he does, I'd be shocked. If Bolsonaro did that, that would make me have to rethink my entire perspective on how Brazilian elections and the electorate and the political climate there works. But I'd be shocked if he conceded and said, "All right, I'll step down," unless that's part one to some sort of coup attempt. But either way, Lula wins. That's good news. And so there you go. And it's the first of many steps in order to fascist the Brazilian government, so we'll see how it goes. Y'all, it is Halloween. Gonna be doing a scary movie review for this Halloween. But once again, tomorrow is going to be the real last film that I'm going to be reviewing, because again, I want to watch a movie on Halloween. And so, there you go. So anyway, tomorrow I will be doing movie number 50 out of 50. And so just throwing that out there, but today I've got movie 49 out of 50, so that's cool. And we'll jump into that. That's going to be fun. Hello, Peter. Oh boy, oh! I got a festive shirt on. As you can see, it's got the, it's got the colors, and then it's got the guy that kills people. Does anyone know about that? I got lights on. Are the lights still on? Look at the lights. They're blinking. This is how I celebrate Halloween. I was originally going to get a lot more decorations, but then I ended up not doing that. So, and now here we are. I don't even know where to begin here. Let's do a double shot on this one. So I know I've been talking a lot about Elon Musk lately. I mean, he's in the news. A big thing is going on. I want to kind of get some of this information, my feelings on it, out there, and then later on, 6 months, a year from now, I can point back to this moment and say, haha, I was right. I told you so. And if I was wrong about any of my predictions, I'll conveniently not refer to them ever, and it's up to you to hold me accountable. Either way, this is something, I'm not going to lie, on its face, I'm like, damn, this is a great fucking idea. This is an excellent idea. I have to tell you, this is an excellent idea. You got to give it to Elon Musk. When he wins, okay? And again, this might be the only time he's ever won. Twitter is planning to start charging $20 per month for verification. And if the employees building it don't meet their deadline, they'll be fired by Elon Musk. What if they quit first? Like, what if they know they're not going to hit the deadline? Right, but then they just stay at work for the extra couple weeks, and then, like, on November 6th, they quit. Like, I don't know. That's what I would do. But this is a good idea. This is a good fucking idea. Why? Well, as you probably know, almost everyone with a verified checkmark on Twitter is an insufferable fucking moron. Almost everyone. Obviously, there's some great people that have had the checkmarks and all that stuff. But again, let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's have this conversation. Most people that have the checkmark on Twitter are insufferable little cocksuckers. So I say, fuck it. If you're going to wring some cash out of any user base or any demographic in the Twitter user base, let's wring out some cash from these fucking checkmark motherfucks, right? And again, also, what does the checkmark even signify? Like, let's be honest. Right now, again, a lot of people take this kind of complaint way too far. A lot of people, like, will think that, like, the verified checkmark is part of the narrative about the blood cabal, right? I'm not in that, like, fuck you if you're in that, right? But the checkmark originally was supposed to verify you. It's not verified. We like this person, right? It's verified as in this person is really who they say they are. But then it kind of turned into, like, Twitter was lazy as fuck on the rollout. And then it kind of turned into verified equals you're like a higher status member. Like, you know, it's like the cool kids badge, you know, and it's like, it's weird. And, you know, you just see this weird, you know, it's just weird. It's weird, right? Some people get, like, really obsessed with this, like, blue check conspiracy shit. To me, it's just most of these people are insufferable. So I say this is a good idea. Charge them. And then also, what if I wanted to be verified? Do I have to pay $20 a month? Because I'm not doing that. I'll tell you that much. I don't care if I'm verified or not. But anyway, let's keep reading. Now that he owns Twitter, Elon Musk has given employees their first ultimatum: meet his deadline to introduce paid verification on Twitter or pack up and leave. The directive is to change Twitter Blue, the company's optional $4.99 a month subscription that unlocks additional features, into a more expensive subscription that also verifies users, according to people familiar with the matter and internal correspondence seen by The Verge. Twitter is currently planning to charge $19.99 for new Twitter Blue subscription. Under the current plan, verified users would have 90 days to subscribe or lose their blue check mark. I don't know why it's the blue check mark, but on my Twitter, it's a white check mark. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, a little joke for you. Employees working on the project, blah, 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 on November 7. Musk has been clear in the months leading up to his acquisition that he wants to revamp how Twitter verifies accounts and handles bots. On Sunday, he tweeted the whole verification process is being revamped right now. Now, I'm going to be honest. Again, the rare Elon Musk W. This is a good idea. The verification mark, as it is on Twitter, is just like a status symbol for people, and it doesn't actually. There's no value to it, right? So, as it is, there's no value to it. If you make it so that you have to pay $20, there's more value to it. Let's be honest. Is a bot really going to pay $20 to be a verified user? Probably not, right? But also now, some people can theoretically spend $20 just to make a verified troll account. That is possible. But also, again, it already doesn't mean anything. So it's not like it's gaining new meaning or anything like that. It's just, it's going from meaningless and not profitable to meaningless and profitable. So, you know what? Whatever. And I say the demographic that cares about the verification check, that's the demographic you're going to want to take the money from. So as long as they don't start charging for shit like, you know, $1 Dogecoin per tweet or something like that, that will go a little, you know, that would destroy the website, let's be honest, right? But this is pretty good. Anyway, I don't really have anything else to say about that. But you know, again, I think that's good. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's pretty good. So, and that's probably the only time you'll see me say anything in a positive direction about Elon Musk's handling of Twitter.com. So, take it and you know, bathe in it, because it's not gonna happen again unless he does something good. But you know, you can't expect something like that from him more than once. So, there you go. How's everyone doing today? I got a show. I'm doing a show today. It's the Above It All show. It's Monday. It's Monday on the world. It's Monday. In my world, it's Monday. Once again, y'all, I'd like to remind everybody to subscribe to my other YouTube channel. I am 12.5% toward monetization. So, 12.5%, I mean, could be 13%, right? It could be, but it's not. So, give me a subscription over there. Next month, I just want to tell this, next month I'm going to be doing Twitch streams a lot more frequently. I've got a plan. In my head, I've got a plan for doing some Twitch streams. So this month has been a little sporadic. I've been focusing on the horror films. And so, but next month, November, tomorrow, I'll either finish or continue playing Resident Evil 8. And after that, I'm going to jump into the next phase of the of the Twitch stream. So feel free to follow over there as well. Tonight, Silent Hill 2. Tomorrow's Resident Evil 8. And then from that point, who knows? So Halloween 2018 is a banger. The whole trilogy, or I guess it's a quadrology, as Andrew Kohler would say, is just fuck. I mean, it's great. It's a great set of films, let me tell you. All 4 films in the quadrology are just really, you know, they're great. They're great. I don't know if you can hear Max the dog sneezing. Max, you're sneezy. Why are you sneezy? Why are you sneezing, you frickin' pup? Yeah, that's right. I'm looking at you, you sneezy ass dog. Max, what are you doing? He's sneezy. I read... Well, actually, I interpreted this myself because I'm a master communicator, and then I confirmed my bias online that when dogs sneeze, it means they're happy, and it means they're excited. So that's why my dog is sneezy, because he's happy to be alive, you know? It's like you ever get really happy and you just go like, ah! Right? Like I do that sometimes, you know? Like I get really happy and I just make a random ass noise for an extended period of time. Like that happens to me all the time. Now I may be autistic, but you know what? That's like the dog version, is they sneeze when they're happy. They don't know how to say ah. You think a dog's gonna go ah? No, they're gonna go. You know, that's what they're gonna do. So, anyway, Max is jumping for joy. He's sneezing for joy, and he's licking me. Hi, Max. Hi. Oh. Oh. Max does this thing where I scratch his butt, but then like he dips his butt down onto the floor, and then like uses his front 2 paws to like pull himself forward. And he usually just runs in a circle when I do that. But anyway, I'm just talking about my dog here. I got really fucked up yesterday. I did a pretty interesting combination of 3 or 4 different substances. And needless to say, I woke up and I'm still a little fucked up. So, you know, bear with me. I'm trying to recover. I'm trying to, you know, keep it together, as the kids say. Oh, there he goes. He's sneezing. Did you hear that one? Anyway, got some more news coming up here. Let's talk about Elon Musk some more, right? Because I'm sure we all enjoy when I do that. Oh man, y'all are going to enjoy this segment. Bob Carmody, you made it through 20 minutes of Birdemic. Let's be honest, like only if you can't finish Birdemic, It's like a rite of passage, right? Like, it's like...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
You know? It's like when you're like fucking Jewish or some shit and you do the bat mitzvah or whatever it is, right? But then like imagine you get interrupted. Then you're just a kid forever, right? You never become the man or whatever, some shit. You know what I mean? So like Bob Carmody got their Bob mitzvah like fucked up, and now they're just a boy running around like a 50-year-old boy. Just you know, sorry, you never became the man. You never had the rite of passage. You know, you're just one of the small gremlins that have an IQ rating somewhere in the single digits. Even if like single digits, I mean, who knows? Like it could be in the half digit. You might be wondering, how the fuck do we get half digits? I don't know. Someone ask Bob, you know. But anyway, Birdemic is a masterpiece. Go watch it. And if you don't like it, I implore you to watch it with a different state of mind, because you don't sit down and watch Birdemic to be like, oh, this is going to be like the latest Michael Bay action film. That's not why you watch Birdemic. You didn't even get to the climate change part, Bob. You didn't get to the best part of the movie where they meet this fucking college professor on the bridge and he explains climate change. Like, come the fuck on, man. Like, how are you going to fucking... You didn't meet the Tree Man? Tree Man? How are you going to judge Birdemic and you haven't even seen Tree Man? Like, Jesus fucking goddamn Christ. God damn it. This motherfucker's like, I couldn't see Birdemic. It was hard to watch. And then they didn't even get to the Tree Man. Like, anyone, show of hands, right? Who has seen Birdemic? And then raise your hand and then tell me what you think about the Tree Man. Tell Bob about the Tree Man. Huh? Because Bob doesn't know. Bob's a fucking idiot. We're all laughing like Bob's crying in a circle. Or crying on the floor, you know, like that goddamn, like, you know, we're bullying and we're all standing in a circle pointing at him and laughing for not knowing about Tree Man. Okay. Trust me, you'll understand. You'll get it. Probably, Max, why are you right here? Max loves to just like show up because I have my headphones on, so they're a little noise canceling effect. And so like Max just loves to show up. He puts his head like on my knee. It scared the shit out of me. But anyway, let's jump in. So, now I just got done praising Elon Musk, right, for doing something good, charging people to keep their check marks. Fuck those motherfuckers. But, you know, Elon Musk made a big deal when he was buying Twitter. Oh, free speech. We're promoting free speech. Well, we saw over the, I guess the weekend, a rise in free speech on Twitter.com. The N-word jumped by 500%. People are expressing their right to free speech and free expression on Twitter.com. And now, Elon Musk has plans to censor them. So again, Elon Musk says he's going to have a free speech platform. People go on Twitter to express their opinions and their free speech. Now, a celebrity complains about it, and Elon Musk caves. He caved on free speech. Day 3, day 4, whatever it is, Elon Musk has caved on free speech. He won't let people say the N-word. What if they want to express themselves in that fashion? Come on now. So Elon Musk responds to LeBron James' tweet about scary AF racial slurs on Twitter. Elon Musk, the new chief twit at social media giant Twitter, has responded to LeBron James' concerns about the reported sudden increase in racial slurs being posted on the social media platform. Musk, who recently acquired Twitter, we already know that, something Yoel Roth regarding the reported surge in slurs. And again, 500% increase in the use of the N-word. I guess a lot of people have had a lot of speech that they've been saving onto, and now that we theoretically had a right to free speech on Twitter, they wanted to express themselves. I mean, that's the whole mantra of Elon Musk, right? He wants everyone to express themselves. Roth wrote that the increase came over the last 48 hours from a small number of accounts posting a ton of tweets. More than 50,000 tweets repeatedly using a particular slur, I wonder which one it was, came from just 300 accounts, Roth tweeted. So LeBron James tweets, I don't know Elon Musk, and TBH, I could care less. Now, LeBron James, I'm not sure what their reading level is, but what they meant to say is they couldn't care less. If you could care less, then that tells us nothing. I could care less. I couldn't care less tells us you couldn't care less. You're at the zero. You're at the bottom. It's not possible for you to care any less. I could care less is anywhere from like, let's imagine we have a 100-point scale, right? I couldn't care less. That's 1. You can't go any further back from 1. I mean, I guess you could say 0. So that's 0. I couldn't care less is 0. I could care less is anywhere from 1 to 100. It gives us no information. If you care at the maximum value, you could care less. If you care not at the minimum value, but slightly above the minimum value, needless to say, you don't care that much, you still could care less. So it doesn't give us any information whatsoever. I'm not sure if LeBron James had graduated elementary school. I'm not sure, but someone give me that update if they want to. But anyway, I could care less who owns Twitter. But I will say that if this is true, I hope he and his people take this very seriously, because this is scary AF. So many damn unfit people saying hate speech is free speech. Now, again, Elon Musk replies to this guy by saying nearly all these accounts are inauthentic. We've taken action to ban the users involved in the trolling campaign. Now, again, Elon Musk bought Twitter, said it would be a free speech platform, and less than 4 days later has said he will ban people for exercising their right to free speech. And again, this is why you can never trust billionaires when it comes to free speech. They're always going to lie. Now, again, 300 accounts wanting to express their mind, express their opinions, how is that going to hurt anybody? Again, Elon Musk bought the website. He spent $44 billion, and then he's like, free speech, free speech. Literally, not even making it through the weekend on that promise. Not even, like, this was what, yesterday morning, he tweeted out he's banning free speech on Twitter. That's fucked up. Now, again, I love free speech. I'm a free speech enthusiast. I'm just enthusiastic. When people express their right to free speech and ideas, I get enthusiastic. I get giddy when I see someone expressing their free speech and their freedom. I get like, whoa, right? When someone's expressing their right to free speech, I get, again, I'm happy. Like, it makes me like, whoa, that guy's expressing their free speech, Whoa, I get really, really into it. So anyway, let's keep reading. I already read that. The NBA superstar had tweeted that his concern over the reports on Saturday, writing that he hopes Musk and Twitter take this very seriously. On Friday, Musk reiterated Twitter's policies have yet to change since he took control, writing, to be super clear, we have not yet made any changes to Twitter's content moderation policy. So that's his get out of jail free card. I mentioned this, Elon Musk, whenever he speaks, there's a get out of jail free card so that he can say, but whenever you call him out. Again, motherfucker, you bought the website, you said it would be a free speech haven. People are going there to exercise their free speech, and now you're banning them. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, if you support free speech, I would highly recommend that you look at Elon Musk with a skeptical eye. Things are not going well on this platform right now when it comes to freedom of expression, freedom of ideas. Most importantly, again, people are being censored for promoting their ideas. And so, again, if you have any sort of value for free speech, free expression in this kind of society, then Elon Musk is not your friend. I mean, hey, I was willing to give it a shot. I was skeptical. I was open-minded. Everyone was telling me things would be well. Elon Musk would allow people to express free speech. Well, turns out it's not that simple. So there you go, folks. Elon Musk, hypocrite exposed. So anyway, I'm sure that one's going to be fun. But there you go. That's the Elon Musk double shot. I had to talk about him a little bit. I got some coffee by my side. I've got some coffee. And I'm going to drink it. So, hello, Zeke. I don't know if I've seen you before, but welcome to the show. Reminder, everybody, subscribe to my other YouTube channel. That'd be cool. You should. It's ideal for you to do so. Follow me on twitch.tv. I will be streaming later today. Silent Hill 2 Halloween celebration. Also, this whole stream, right? It would not be possible without you giving me money on PayPal, Cash App, and Patreon. Someone gave me a big Cash App contribution the other day, And needless to say, it made me enthusiastic. Just like when I see someone expressing their right to free speech, I just get enthusiastic. So feel free to support my enthusiasm. Will I be handing out drugs to all the trick-or-treaters tonight? You bet. I got a big box full of drugs, and by drugs I mean sugar, because sugar is a drug. Just a reminder, right? Like, in fact, let me jump in on this. Let me make a whole segment of this. Okay. What's the difference between fentanyl and sugar? Think about it. Think about it. What is the difference between fentanyl and sugar? Well, the only difference, really, when you think about it, is one can kill you with less, weight, less, per gram or whatever it takes to kill you. But sugar can kill you. They're both processed. They're both maximally processed. They're both refined, right? They're both pure. Right? Have you ever seen table sugar? That shit doesn't appear naturally in the wild. When the last time have you opened up like a fucking bamboo stalk and seen some fucking goddamn table sugar in there? Right? Table sugar is a refined, processed drug. Right? If fentanyl is a drug, sugar is a drug. So yes, I'm proud to say it. I'm proud. I will be handing out drugs to children on Halloween today. No, I'm not going to be giving them fentanyl. No, I'm not going to be giving them my weed gummies. I'm going to be giving them the societally accepted drug, sugar. I'm going to rot their teeth out. I'm going to cause diabetes, fatty liver disease. I'm going to be part of the problem tonight, and I'm going to give away as many drugs as I can to as many kids. So feel free to quote me on that. Sugar is a drug. Cry about it. There you go. So, just wanted to, get a little PSA out there, my opinions. There you go. The only difference is the poison dose. That's it. Every other part of fentanyl and sugar is identical other than the dosage required for, a lethal dose here. You can eat a lot more sugar before it becomes lethal. But anyway, that's the show. Psych! Psych! We got more. So I'm going to talk about some crazy ass shit. Like, again, we live in this world. I'm going to be talking about the gubernatorial race in Michigan here. We live in a society where, like, the idea of being proactive doesn't exist, right? Society-wise, right? Being proactive, it's not a thing. No one's proactive. We all are just reacting to things. Instead of building a bridge, right? Instead of plugging up the holes on the sinking ship, we're always just trying to get a pail and get the water out. When there's more water coming in, the pail's not doing much, okay, right? So, again, as a society, we've decided proactive measures, gone, shit, we don't want that shit, right? We want to kill as many people as possible so that we can go get a hot dog at the local gas station if we want to, right? So that's what we've decided as a society. Well, anyway, I got this article here. And I want to read in regards to the race going on in Michigan. School learning loss during the pandemic was the dominant issue at a Sunday campaign rally for Michigan gubernatorial candidate Tudor Dixon as she and her surrogates jockeyed for votes in the final days before the November 8 election. Now, again, is school learning loss a problem? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, but again, what's the solution? What's the solution to school learning loss? Now, we've seen throughout the pandemic, right, school grades are sharply going down. Why is that? Well, all I know is that an entire generation, think about this. The CDC statistics, this is CDC statistics, have said 87%, as of right now, 87% of people under the age of 18 have had COVID at least once. We know 40% of COVID patients have some form of long COVID. We know that the most common form of long COVID is nausea, dizziness, brain fog, inability to pay attention. We know that long COVID is more likely to develop if one is not allowed or not allotted a large amount of rest. When people are forced to go to school, otherwise their parents go to jail. If you don't go to school, police show up at your door and send your parents to jail if you don't go to school. So you're not allowed to rest. Right? And so less people are able to rest and more people are getting this virus. And again, 87% of under 18s have been infected at least once. That's all we know. At least once. It could be more, could be way worse. All we know is it's at least once. So, but again, Republicans don't care about that. They don't give a fuck about facts. They don't give a fuck about logic. They're just going to cry and whine. They're going to look at a problem like an entire generation getting dumber, and they're going to say, vote for me! Right? Because again, as a country, as a society, Americans are too fucking stupid to be proactive. Americans are fucking morons, right? And again, stupid-ass Americans keep producing stupid-ass Americans that keep voting for stupid-ass Americans, and the cycle just keeps going. So anyway, let's keep going here. Ronna McDaniel, chairwoman of the Republican National Committee, accused Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer of lying during a debate about Dixon on Tuesday with Dixon, when Whitmer said schools were closed for 3 months during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, again, school closures were extremely localized, right? I lived in North Carolina in 2020. There were, like, the schools closed for 3 months, but they were back open in August, right? Again, there was no lockdown and like all the stores were open. Everything was open in North Carolina. Michigan, I know that there was a little bit of a different thing. So I'm not sure. But either way, again, the school closures were localized, right? In a lot of these instances, state governments didn't want to get the responsibility or the blame, right? So what they did is they localized it. They said, we recommend you do these things, and then most districts probably will, but it was not forced. Now, again, if we would have all done a society-wide lockdown, an actual lockdown, not a Republican, we're going to say we're locking down, but everyone can go outside and everyone can go to work anyway, right? But if we did an actual lockdown, 3 months, we wouldn't be talking about this anymore. No one would be talking about COVID-19. People would probably not even remember that there was a pandemic, right? Because it would have been so short and so long ago. But instead, we decided to do nothing because Americans are fucking stupid and we don't like being proactive. We decided to do nothing. And now, again, 1 million fucking motherfuckers are dead. 87% of kids have been forced to undergo medical experimentation. And no, I'm not talking about giving a free life-saving vaccine. I'm talking about being forced to go to school. Otherwise, their parents go to jail, right? So you have to choose. Parents go to jail, you become an orphan, or go to school and get infected with a deadly disease, right? So again, that's the choice we forced on everyone under the age of 18. 87% of them have had COVID, right? We know, again, 40% of COVID patients get long COVID. Again, what is more likely to facilitate in long COVID? Brain fog and, again, other sort of cognitive issues, neurological issues, right? So I don't know what to tell you. This idea that having any proactive measure against society-wide problems is that's liberal. Only liberals want to prevent disasters from happening. How did we get here? Where this is a campaign point? Where there's going to be some suburban voter out there who's going to be that's really true. When the schools closed, and then also, is there any data to suggest that virtual learning is what caused grades to go down versus going back to school, getting infected with a virus, and then having neurological issues? Right now, again, I'm open to the idea that virtual learning is not as good as a physical in-person environment. I'm open to that idea, right? And especially, again, some people are probably better at virtual learning. Some people are probably better in a physical environment, right? Not everyone is the same. But a lot of these studies, right, do they or do they not incorporate, the 2.5 years of open school where 87% of kids have gotten COVID? And again, most of them have probably developed some form of a neurological issue. Is that accounted for in any of these studies? You know what I mean? Right? Is at all. Does anyone even factor this in at all? I know Republicans certainly don't. But again, this fucking shit, man. I just the idea that this is Republicans feel comfortable to campaign on the idea that not only is proactive prevention of disasters bad, but we should accelerate the disaster. Like that, and then there's going to be the suburban voter out there that's like, I'm not sure, is preventing the disaster a good idea? Gee, I don't know, gosh, I'm a suburban voter and I love my kids, but gee, I just really don't know. Like, yeah, you can campaign on talking to these dumbass motherfuckers. Whitmer closed school for 3 months in the spring of 2020 and then let local school boards decide whether to reopen in the fall of 2020, operate in a hybrid format of a couple of days per week of in-person, or remain in remote learning mode with school buildings closed to students. In November 2020, Whitmer's health department closed high schools for nearly 2 months during the second wave of COVID infections before the vaccine became widely available in early 21. Many Michigan schools continue to operate in hybrid or remote learning mode well into the spring of 21. McDaniel spoke at a campaign rally on Sunday in Livonia for Dixon, who was trying to deny Whitmer a second term. Quote, "It is time to fund students, not systems." What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Fund students, not systems. What the fuck does that mean? We had the opportunity to talk about what's happening in schools and what we're going to do to get kids back on track, and I still haven't heard from Gretchen Whitmer what she's planning to do. And then there's no end quote there. Just leaving me hanging. Quote, "She stands up there and no one holds her accountable. What are you going to do to get these kids back on track?" Dixon said. "We got our reading scores back from the spring. Nearly 60% of our third graders failed." Now again, could this possibly be a result of 87% of kids getting infected with a deadly disease that's most notable symptom is neurological disorder, brain fog, cognitive decline? Is it possible? No. It's Gretchen Whitmer. It's Gretchen. Big Gretchen is why we in this. It's not my fault. It's not the policies I support. No, it's goddamn Gretchen. She did this to everybody. She created COVID and gave it to everybody for no reason. I mean, COVID's just the flu, but it's just, she gave it to everybody. Like, what the fuck are these people talking about, man? Like, sincerely, I mean, I lose my mind with this fucking shit. I don't know if anyone hears like a beeping, but there's like something is going on. There's some beeping somewhere near my household, and it is driving me fucking crazy. Does anyone hear that shit? Hold on. Like, what the fuck is this beeping that I'm hearing? Is there like a fucking garbage truck like outside and it's like stuck out there? What the fuck is going on? Anyway, Michigan dropped in state rankings in 4th and 8th grade reading, according to 2022 results from the National Assessment of Education Progress, also known as the Nation's Report Card, which was released October 24 by the U.S. Department of Education's National Center for Education and Statistics. So the last National Report Card was in 2019, and then it recently came out in 2020. Now again, 3 months of an attempted school closure versus 2.5 years of open reinfection of a disease that most likely targets people's neurological, function and cognitive function, right? Think about that. What is more likely to be accounted for? 3 months of school closures 2.5 years ago, or 2.5 years of going out there and getting sick every other day and having it affect your brain and how you can process information? What is more likely to have an effect? Is anyone hearing this beeping? Like, what the fuck is this noise? Anyway, in 4th grade reading, Michigan went from 32 to 43. In 8th grade reading, Michigan's ranking dropped to 31 in 2022 compared to 28 in 2019. Michigan improved in state rankings in 4th grade math to 36th compared to 42nd in 2019. In 8th grade math, Michigan's ranking rose to 26 from 28. So anyway, there you go. While Dixon tries to divide voters with their extreme plans, Governor Whitmer has brought people together to make the biggest investment in K-12 education in Michigan history, close the funding gap. I mean, that's all good. But, like, again, none of that has anything to... Like, whoever's going to be susceptible to what Tudor Dixon or Ronna McDaniel saying, right? They're not none of this, it doesn't matter. This doesn't appeal to anybody, right? Like, again, we live in this society where there's just so many fucking motherfuckers that are just so goddamn motherfucking stupid that the idea of, like, sending their kids to get forced to undergo medical experimentation is a good idea instead of, I don't know, a free, effective, universally provided vaccine and a couple months of vacation. That's scary. Couple months off, a vaccine, free healthcare, that's scary. Let's force our kids to undergo medical experimentation so that they resent us for the rest of their lives and they'll have neurological issues, cognitive decline, starting from the ripe old age of 13. Can't wait to start going dementia-ridden when I'm 30 because I had COVID when I was 13. Isn't that going to be great? Isn't that going to be a wonderful thing in society when we see 30 or 40-year-olds with dementia? Who knows what COVID's going to do in the long term? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I don't fucking know. So, you know what also I don't know? I don't know what the fuck this beeping is. And it's really fucking, like, I'm about to, like, is there, like, a fuck, like, I'm about to go complain. I'm about to run outside and complain to somebody. Anyway, it's a sad state of affairs. It's a really sad state of affairs that we've got going on. But, hey, whatever. I'm not going to school. I haven't gotten COVID yet, so I'm just going to watch the world burn from inside my bedroom while I pet my fucking dog. That's, you know, that's going to be my way of celebrating the end of society and civilization. What the fuck is this beeping? I'll be right back. Testing. Hello? Is this thing on? Am I on here? Testing. Testing. And then also hello. I'm going to be jumping into a movie review in a moment here. Once again, on the Spook-Sixular, I'm doing 50 film reviews. Today will be 49, because I'm going to be watching number 50 tonight, which I'll be reviewing tomorrow. So, I'm going to be jumping into that in a moment. But anyway, I apologize. I had to ferociously hunt down this beeping sound, and I believe it has been dealt with. I'm not sure. Have I seen the new Afghan episode? Of course I have. It's a banger, and I will be taking no further questions. Go watch it. Hello, Pike Ments. I hope the show isn't too spooky. It is spooky as hell, actually. As you can see, we have some lights over there. And that's spooky. So anyway, that's the news portion of the show. Once again, I will be streaming Silent Hill 2 tonight on twitch.tv. Go subscribe to my new YouTube channel so I can get monetized. And I'm going to be jumping into a horror film review. Movie film 49 out of 50, folks. One more movie left for the Spook 6 and this is the penultimate film. Last night I watched Silent Hill Revelation 3D. So, and once again, tonight I'm going to be playing Silent Hill 2 for the Halloween stream. So be sure not to miss that. I thought I would do a double feature on this and review the second and currently final Silent Hill film. And I'm going to be honest, I've seen this movie 2 times. This is the second time I've watched it last night. And so I'm not going to lie to you. The first time I watched it, I did not like this movie. I thought the first Silent Hill movie is actually really good. The first Silent Hill movie is really good, in my opinion, up until that weird, like scratchy old film flashback scene in the church stuff. I thought that was way too bloated and a really poor storytelling device. But mostly, I would say Silent Hill is a very good interpretation of the Silent Hill universe. And Silent Hill Revelation 3D, it is not that, let me tell you. Okay, so now again, the major thing about this movie is that the CG... The CG enemies are not, like, they look like there's something, they look like it's a video game model, but, like, it's stuff that's not really from the game, or, like, really poor interpretations of things from the game, and so, it's also like that, and I'm mostly talking about, like, this, like, spider mannequin creature, like, it's cool, I like it visually, but it doesn't hit as well as the monsters in the first movie. It just feels like, you know, even though there's like a 6-year gap in production between this movie and the first Silent Hill film, the CG got worse, it seems, in my opinion. Now, this is supposed to be a 3D film, and so there's a lot of shit that comes and pops into the foreground of the screen. I did not watch this. Neither the first time or the second time with 3D glasses, so I don't know how it works as a 3D film. But I gotta say, a lot of this movie is good. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is, so this movie is very loosely based. It's a sequel to the first Silent Hill film, first and foremost, but it's also very loosely based on Silent Hill 3, the game, which is also a sequel to the first Silent Hill game. But of course, the first Silent Hill film, instead of having Harry Mason go to Silent Hill, they had an adopted mother named Rose go to Silent Hill. And then, again, they're different characters, right? It's not like a Harry equivalent. It's just a completely different character. The parents are just different characters than they are in the games. But one of my favorite lines in this movie is, so it shows that they're on the run, and they change their names. So in this movie, they changed their names to Heather and Harry, which are the same names of the characters in Silent Hill 3. And then the main character, Heather and or Sharon, whatever you want to call her, she goes on this like little spiel about like, you know, it doesn't matter, our names don't matter, all of this is irrelevant, you know, we're just sticking together or whatever. And it's like, to me, I love that because it kind of like, it's a self-referential like acknowledgement that, yeah, like this is not an identical film adaptation of Silent Hill 3. Now, again, same names and stuff like that, but again, it's their own interpretation. So I enjoy that. So that's cool. That's at the start of the movie, and that's the coolest part. I like fourth wall breaking in dialogue. But anyway, So this movie deviates from the video game Silent Hill 3 pretty much instantly. So she goes to school, and then like after school, she has this dramatic like classroom speech at school, and then like another new kid wants to be friends with her, and then like whatever, blah blah blah, and then like she starts seeing creatures at the mall, and it's very, again, like the best parts of Silent Hill 3 that are referenced in this film are referenced in like the worst ways possible. Like the private detective Doug is killed off pretty much instantly in this movie, when his best moments in Silent Hill 3 are way later, when near the end of the game are his best moments. In this movie, he just gets killed, and his role is kind of replaced with this random schoolboy who happens to be like a spy assassin from like the cult, and it's just, it's a weird interpretation. Like, I get it, they wanted to have the nods to Silent Hill 3 and then do their own thing, I get it. But just like the things that they did that was the own thing, I mean, it wasn't that great. Now, I will say, some of the best interpretations of Silent Hill 3 that do take place in this film and look really good are the circus scenes. The dream sequence at the very beginning of the movie is very similar to the dream sequence at the very beginning of the game, Silent Hill 3. That's one of the things I enjoy about Silent Hill 3, is it has that dream fake-out sequence at the start. The movie does that really well, and then the ending, when she actually enters the carnival, it looks really good, and it does that like tie around loop like with the dream and it's that part excellent. I also got to say, Pyramid Head is in this movie really just because casual Silent Hill observers know, oh, that guy, Pyramid Head, right? I don't know how that even became a thing, right? Pyramid Head is not really even advertised at all in Silent Hill 2, but I guess that became what casual non-Silent Hill fans know about Silent Hill. They just know about the guy with the pyramid head, I guess. That's just... So he's in the movie, and like his role in the movie is to just be badass. Like, that's his role. He's not really an enemy in this film, because Heather, aka Sharon, is the like innocent soul thing. Alessa, the evil spirit that creates the nightmare world, the other world, right? Like, put her innocence inside of a different baby, and that's Heather. But when Heather goes back to Silent Hill, Pyramid Head is, I guess he's like the guardian of Alessa, but because Heather is also a piece of Alessa, he's like on both of their teams, right? Something like that. This movie also has like some really like they just copied Hellraiser in a lot of instances. Like, a lot of the monsters just look like Cenobites from Hellraiser, like Chatters, is very, it's very silly. But anyway, the final fight where there's like a Cenobite versus Pyramid Head, it doesn't make any sense, like the story-wise, but it is awesome. Seeing Pyramid Head like fuck up another monster for no reason is awesome. The story of it, again, in the broader Silent Hill universe, I don't really care about that. Silent Hill 2 is Silent Hill 2. The Pyramid Head in Silent Hill 2 is not changed based on other people's interpretations or additions to other areas where it doesn't make sense, right? So I don't care. The Silent Hill films have Pyramid Head in them, and Pyramid Head is a guardian of Alessa and or Heather and or Sharon. But even then, within that own framework, not within the greater framework of the universe, but within the film universe, it still doesn't make any real sense. But it's cool. It's cool when you see like the giant sword swinging, and like, oh, if you had the 3D glasses on, that sword would be swinging like directly out there into the screen. That's cool. But overall, this movie is just... The good parts of this movie, like the otherworld scenes, the transition scenes, like when they're in the hotel and there's the transition scenes, the air horns, right? Like the circus imagery. Like the good stuff in this movie is really, really good, but the bad stuff in this movie is really, really bad. And it's not like Silent Hill, the first film. The first film, the good stuff is really good and the bad stuff is not that bad. Whereas in this movie, the good stuff is really good and the bad stuff is really bad, right? Like the main, like the Harry Mason equivalent character is basically just not even in the movie at all up until the end. And the scene that he's in the end where he's like, I got to go back into the other world to find the wife from the first movie. That's good. That's good. That's a good moment. That's a good ending. They set it up for another sequel. Obviously, this movie came out 10 years ago and we haven't gotten a sequel to it. Although there has been recent news this month that there will be another Silent Hill film. So, well, we're not sure, no one really knows, unless it was like some statement somewhere that I should read. But I'm not sure if it's going to be a sequel to this movie, or if they're just going to try to do a reinterpretation of the universe and a new kind of story of the films. I'm open to either one. I'm open to both, ideally, because again, the characters in Silent Hill and Silent Hill Revelation, they're not as good as the characters in the games. But, it's obvious that this was meant to be a trilogy, and I would like to see the characters get a conclusion at the very least. But again, if it doesn't happen, it's probably due to the fact that this movie really was not that good. But again, the otherworld imagery in this film, it's okay. It's really good, actually. But the main problem is that it's very barely used. It's very barely used. Right? In the first movie, there was like the otherworld stuff happening every other second. In this movie, it's a couple of scenes, and then the scenes last very short. They're very short intervals, and it's just it's like this movie is like you're waiting for the good parts the whole time. They keep teasing you that the good parts are still like really good, and but then they it's only like a small fraction of the film. And then the original Silent Hill film, the 2006 film, is like about 2 hours and 15 minutes in length. This one is only 90 minutes. So again, they have a lot less time to build up the atmosphere. But if this movie got an extra half hour, and that half hour was really well spent with the otherworld scenes and all that, then again, this movie just feels like it was almost good, right? Like the good stuff in it is really good, but then I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was studio meddling. I don't know if just the director didn't have a good enough vision. I don't know if there just wasn't consensus on the production of this film. I don't know, but this movie is just not that good. But again, the good parts in it, if you like Silent Hill, my take on this, if you're a Silent Hill fan, watch the movie. The good parts are good. The fights with Pyramid Head, they don't make any sense. It doesn't matter. Just watch it. It's cool visuals, and that's pretty much it, right? Just watch the movie one time, get some cool visuals, try to ignore the B movie plot, and get what you can out of it, because there is some good stuff in here. But again, I genuinely would recommend the first Silent Hill film to anybody. If you don't know anything about Silent Hill, whatever, I think the first Silent Hill film is genuinely a good horror film and a good video game movie. I just think it's really good. There is some bad stuff in it, but still overall, it's a pretty great film. This Silent Hill Revelation is not that, right? It is overall a very cheesy movie, but it's not cheesy in the good way. It's just cheesy in the confusing, why are these characters even in existence kind of way. It's just I don't know. It feels like every plot point is just not nearly expanded upon enough. Also, I don't remember scratching my hand, but look at this. Maybe Max did this? I'm not sure. But I just realized that my hand is fucked up. You see that? You see that scratch on my hand? That red line? Look at this. It's weird. Anyway, there you go. Once again, tonight on twitch.tv, I'll be playing Silent Hill 2 all the way through. I'll be starting the stream at around 5. And tomorrow will be the 50th film. That's right, 50 films in a row. The Spook 60lar is coming to an end tomorrow, November 1st, because tonight's Halloween, right? I gotta watch a movie on Halloween, and I'll talk about it tomorrow. But there you go. Silent Hill Revelation as our penultimate choice. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. I gotta say, I enjoyed it a lot more the second time I watched it. Because I went in knowing that the bad stuff was in there. And I went in with the little miner hat on with the light and a pickaxe, and I was spelunking for the good stuff. And you know what? If you just pay attention to the good stuff, it's an enjoyable 90 minutes. I'll tell you that. So there you go. I apologize that, I had that little break, that intermission here, but, that's pretty much the show. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, save them for the stream tonight, because I'm going to be streaming for a while. The Silent Hill movie is going to be based on Silent Hill 2, okay? The general consensus is that Silent Hill 2 is the best horror game or any piece of horror media ever made. So, that's the general consensus. Still need to play 1, 3, and Origins. Only ever played 2. I don't know why you're skipping 4. But you got to play 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then Origins. And then, you can play the rest as well. But after that, they get into like a new territory. I haven't played any of them after Origins either. So, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and Origins. Origins is the weakest, right? Because then they after 4, they shifted to a different... They started outsourcing them. But Origins is okay. I would say Origins is okay. It's kind of like a reinterpretation of Silent Hill 1, but like in a unique way. You go back to the same city as Silent Hill 1, but again, there's multiple Silent Hills, right? There's the Silent Hill from 1 and 3. Or there's the Silent Hill from 1. Then there's the Silent Hill from 2. But then there's the Silent Hill in Silent Hill 3 that's supposed to be the Silent Hill from Silent Hill 1. And there's areas from Silent Hill 1, but then there's also areas from Silent Hill 2, right? Then you got Silent Hill 4, which is just like an anomaly. Then you got Origins, and Origins is based on the Silent Hill 1 interpretation of Silent Hill. So there's lots of areas that are very like the first game, which is what I wish that Silent Hill 3 would have done. But I understand that they already had like the maps from Silent Hill 2, and it's the same game engine. So I understand for development reasons, copying and pasting the levels from Silent Hill 2 to 3 is a lot easier than recreating the levels from Silent Hill 1, so I get that. But Silent Hill 3 would have been a lot better if it had more areas from the first game. It would have been that was the major criticism I have of Silent Hill 3, is that they really should have made you go through the original Silent Hill areas, because it would have been like, you're chasing Harry's ghost in a kind of way. But then you have Origins, which takes place before Silent Hill 1, but it takes place in the same like game world. So you see like the hospital from Silent Hill 1, but then you also get new areas too. So like Origins is good. I like Origins. You sell 2, 3, and 4 for $340 before you beat any of them? That's a huge problem. But also, how much are these games worth now? Let me look it up. Oh, damn. That shit's expensive AF. I'm seeing Silent Hill 2 complete for $170. Holy shit. I gotta take care of my video game. Holy Macintosh. Anyway, y'all, goddamn. That's the show. It's the Halloween show. I hope it was fun. And, yeah, so that's all I got. Goddamn tree, man. That guy is a legend. But yeah, around 5 o'clock, I'll be on Twitch. Thank you for watching, everybody. You have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your Halloween. And I will see you today or tomorrow or never again, depending on if I've upset you and you want to unsubscribe. That's fine. It all is up to you. Bye-bye!
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.